fellow Malawians, once the clock strikes midnight tonight, a new year will be upon us. But 2019 is no ordinary year. It is a new opportunity for all of us to build a new Malawi. In 140 days, all political parties will go silent, and all candidates for president, parliament, and councils will close their campaigns. And in that silence and stillness, you, the citizen of Malawi, will be the only one whose voice will matter as you step into the booth to cast your vote. Your vote is your voice, and your voice has the same power or has the power either to build a Malawi that is new, a Malawi that you can all enjoy, or to keep Malawi the same land that has given you pain for many, many years. The question is, what do you need to do as a citizen to make 2019 the year to build a new Malawi? If you believe that to build a new Malawi, all we need are new parliamentarians, then I have some bad news for you. A new parliament will not be enough. For the past 4.5 years, I have worked in parliament, and most of whose members are new parliamentarians. But the reason our parliament, even when it is full of new members, is so easy for the president and cabinet to frustrate is because having a new parliament is not enough. You also need a new president. But if you believe that to build a new Malawi, all we need is a new president, then I have bad news for you. A new president will not be enough. For the past 4.5 years, the outgoing president has announced many proposals, most of which were good proposals. But because the outgoing president is surrounded by bad and corrupt advisors, aides, and ministers, he has been isolated from Malawians and has implemented policies that have made him the corruptor-in-chief. So to make 2019 the year in which we build a new Malawi, you as a citizen need to vote not just for a new president, a new vice president, a new parliament, and new councillors, but vote for a new way of running government altogether. A new Malawi needs a new president and a new vice president who have not wasted power and taxes for 5 years and who would be too ashamed to ask for your vote again after breaking 75 promises that they made together during the last election. A new Malawi needs new parliamentarians who have not defeated good bills for personal gain or profit. A new Malawi needs new councillors who have not wasted local development funds meant for building bridges, hospitals, schools, and roads. A new Malawi needs new courts that have not sat on corruption cases for years and years without conclusion when the accused are rich and powerful. A new Malawi needs a new police service that focuses on criminals and stopping crime, not on stopping innocent civilians to collect bribes. A new Malawi needs a new anti-corruption bureau that has real power to indict a sitting president when he is found with a bribe in his account. A new Malawi needs a new art mark that will buy crops only from farmers, not from traders who exploit our farmers. A new Malawi needs a new ESCOM that will keep the lights on for homes and businesses, not one that buys useless generators that produce no electricity and whose fuel, worth millions, ends up in the hands of thieves. A new Malawi needs a new water board that will run like a professional business, not a company that gives its profits to a ruling party. A new Malawi needs a new network of roads, not a few roads that are substandard, overpriced, and built in slow motion by the same company. A new Malawi needs new universities to educate our youth, not foundation stones that cost millions for the president to unveil only to be abandoned 4 years later. A new Malawi needs new industries to employ 4 million young people so they can afford building their own home and sending their children to school, not government programs that hand out cash to those who support the ruling party while the rest languish in poverty and unemployment. A new Malawi needs a new constitution that gives power to institutions accountable and responsive to citizens, not one that gives all power to the president for him and his vice to abuse at will with no accountability to voters. But for all of this to happen, a new Malawi needs a new citizen. Yes, a new Malawi needs you. It needs you to be different. It needs you to act differently. It needs you to think differently. It needs you to vote differently. So today, as we approach a new year to build a new Malawi, I want to offer you one warning and make you one promise. And my warning is this: do not make the same mistake we have made as a nation since 1964. For the past 55 years, we have made, listen, the mistake of being satisfied with small changes. In 1964, we changed our nation from a colonial state to an independent state. But we did not change how our state was run, and we all suffered the consequences. In 1994, after the 93 referendum, we changed our nation from a one-party state to a multi-party state, but we did not change how our state was run. And we are all suffering the consequences. In this new year, do not make the same mistake of being satisfied with small changes. Changing a president, but maintaining the same system that keeps you poor and in pain. Or changing a president, but maintaining the same party that abuses you and abuses your taxes for the benefit of one tribe or region. Or changing a president, but maintaining the same faces that have stolen from you in the colors of one party and now seek to steal from you in the colors of another party. Do not make the mistake of being satisfied with small changes. In this election, I challenge you to vote for a new president whose agenda is to change everything in every department of government. And I mean everything. And so I offer my services as your next president. My one promise to you is this. By voting for me, you are not changing one thing, but changing everything. Because my promise, my agenda, my plan is to change the way everything is done in every government department. And all these people you see now campaigning against each other and dividing political parties to keep abusing your taxes the way they have done for the past 5 years, they will never take you for granted again. Because I promise to change everything. My agenda is called Chakwara Super High Five. And I will use this to do 5 things that my Congress Party and myself are offering you. Servant leadership, uniting Malawi, prospering together. And this is the area in which all of our economic policies that seek to turn this country around are found. And then we must, however, fight to end corruption. And we must follow the rule of law. Nobody should be above the law. This is what I am promising you. And within the first 2 years of being president, I will change everything in the way that we run things. If I don't change everything in 2 years, I will resign. So if you want to build a new Malawi, I want your vote. And I thank you for it. And you should be confident that nobody will mess with that vote because nobody will rig it. Together, we will build a new Malawi. May you have a prosperous new year. God bless you all.